testing can bring to the table.
What should a project manager know about quality in terms of time management, budget management, and promise management? And reputation is predicated by your customer satisfaction.
Have a bug-free summer.
Huh. So that's an interesting triad. I just like accidentally. The question of the day.
The question of the day is, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
Focused.
ready. Totally ready. Focused.
Are you ready?
Nice. What should a project manager know about testing?
What should a project manager know about testing?
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, hello everybody and welcome to the TestguruTV, where every week we answer questions about software testing and quality assurance and sometimes life itself. The show is about mental health in software industry because everybody's just happier when software works.
Oh my god!
The dude sitting next to me, his name is Jani Tuna Haikala. He's the ultimate champion of testing. Welcome to the show, Jani.
Thank you. And hello. Here, next to me, is Antti Niittyviita, a tireless testing advocate, a trainer, a public speaker, and an author.
Yes, and this is going to be a blast.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, so the question was, what should a project manager know about testing?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Yeah. About the question or in general?
Maybe not about the question, but related to the question.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is a project manager responsible for? What are the responsibilities of a project manager?
Well, that's a valuable question. I'm sure you can post it in the comments in the audience there. But to me, yeah, that's a difficult one. Do you have answers for the question?
Actually, I'm not sure if I do.
Because it's just like concept.
I think that sort of defines quite heavily what testing can provide. How can testing help?
Yeah.
What should project manager know about testing?
Yeah.
What are the project manager's responsibilities?
Yeah. To make this easier, I would say that the project manager in the end is responsible for the project being a success. Then we have to define what success is.
Yeah, right.
And obviously stay in the budget, stay in the deadline, and deliver what promised. So I would scope it that way. And the project manager is someone who's like, who's in the end, whose job is to use the band, use the orchestra, of the team to achieve these like business-driven goals.
Right.
So that's my definition here. So
I'll approve that answer. No objections there.
Yeah. But it can be so much more or so much less too. So I'm not really sure where to scope it. But that will help us to answer the question.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So and in the end, those are the things that contribute to quality. So you deliver what you promise. You deliver that on time and in budget, because like in budget has to happen, because that way otherwise you will make a loss, and you don't want to do a loss as a business. You cannot sustain the business. So deliver what promised, deliver that on time, and deliver it on budget. So that's how it will go. And then it will boil down to the question of, if quality is around those areas, what should a project manager know about quality in terms of time management, budget management, and promise management? So that's an interesting triad. I just like accidentally came up with it. So time management, budget management, and promise management.
Yeah. What would be your answer in that case then?
Time management is like, that's an easy one. That's in a sense connected to budget management oftentimes. Yeah, true. So I would say that testing it's really dangerous for me. If I was a project manager, I would not make the decision that testing and quality is somehow like it's imbued and sewn into the culture of the team. And testing has to have responsible people. Testing has to have some dedicated time. Even if it's like automated testing, whatever it is, you need to dedicate some of the resources and the ownership of testing, and on the broader level quality, to some people. You have to be able to name those people who are responsible, and make the decision beforehand, because if you just make the decision afterwards, then you end up losing all of your investment in, you know, in the deadlines, in the hurry and stuff like that. So we have to like choose what to do, and we just implement. So always pre-decide and what's your investment into the development, what's your investment into QA, what's your investment into the activity of testing, and it usually is a rule of thumb. So just like, pick something. 10% of your investment goes into QA and testing. See what happens. Are you satisfied? Do you want more? And then you have to like answer the question.
Yeah, and that's the thing where you will actually find if it's enough.
Yeah.
Or if you need less or more. You find it out only by trying, actually.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you don't really know until you've actually done some testing. Then you will know, for example, how many bugs are there in the software.
Yeah.
Because that affects quite drastically how much testing do you need.
Yeah.
And that tells you a lot about the quality of the implementation and what they're doing and how much you actually should test.
Yeah. So like this comes back to the workload estimation. And in testing, it's really hard to estimate the workload. Every project manager should actually know this. Testing is really hard to estimate because the quality of the product being tested has a big impact. It has a huge impact on the time consumed in testing. Because if it's just a joy to use and everything works smoothly, you can just test more and more and more and more of it. And you don't have to stop to investigate, taking screenshots, reporting bugs and stuff like that. So just like coverage more and everything, it's just a joy to use. So it's fast to test. Yeah. And if it's a huge pain point to use any feature of your software, you have to always investigate, try to find workarounds, take screenshots or whatever that is, and write bug reports. It's incredibly slow to test. So the quality of your product predicates how fast is it to test. That's why workload estimations from the project management side is like, it's almost pointless, I would say. You just have to make a rule of thumb decision. Hey, 15% of our investment goes into testing. Let's see how it works out. And then decide if we want to do less or more. So that's how we say it's always about the budgeting decision.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So time management and budgeting. Have we covered those?
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
So
anything else on your mind?
Because like there was like the promise management area. Like we have this time and budget management, and then there is the promise management, and that's I would say from project manager side of view, because like I've done workshops for project managers, and usually in my workshops I ask what's important to you. So one important thing in the promise management is that your business has like 3 drivers. We've been discussing this in earlier episodes too, and it's like shaped like a pyramid. And in the bottom there is the reputation of your business. So if you have a poor reputation, your employee retention goes down, your client retention goes down, your revenues goes down. Reputation is everything in business, and that's B2B as well. So if you want to do short-term business, you can do whatever you want. But if you want to do long-term growing business, you need reputation. And reputation is predicated by your customer satisfaction. And customer satisfaction, do they recommend you and stuff like that? What kind of reviews they give you, and do they stay as customers? That's critical. And customer satisfaction is mostly predicated by your quality. So how well do you keep your promises? How often do you owe them with something new and awesome? And how consistently can you deliver what you promised? So those are the keys. And then it boils down to activity or software testing, and quality assurance kinds of activities.
Yeah. And that actually brings to my mind one of the things that I have listed here on my notes. It's quite easy and obvious to say that in terms of quality or testing, the meaning of testing is to find those bugs so that you can fix them. But there's maybe a couple of things that I would like to clarify on that. One being that in terms of testing, and this is one thing maybe that project managers should be aware of. In testing, there's sort of 2 aspects of views to testing. The first one being testing if what we have implemented works as specified, as we have planned it to work.
Idea.
The other one being, which might sometimes be forgotten, is if that plan actually corresponds to the user's way of using the user's need, the user's environment, and so on. So, like for example, personally, myself as a tester, when I have over the years I've reported quite a few bugs. There's quite often you get these responses from the development. Well, it works in my environment, or why would the user do that? It's not planned to be used like that, or the classic being works as specified. It's a feature, not a
Classic,
bug. Yeah. So those are the sort of aspects to it. If it works like we have specified, and if it actually the specification or the implementation actually corresponds to our answers or solves the problem for the user.
Yeah, and then it actually comes back to like how you define a bug. How do you find a defect? You know?
Yeah.
And what the quality is about, it's about consistency in the first place. Consistency, does your product work consistently with the expectations of your clients? Does it work consistently with the standards, you know, and the law? Does it work consistently with your specification? If not, is it the problem with the application or the specification, you know? And sometimes it's the matter of consistency. For example, is the specification consistent with the expectation of your client? It has nothing to do with the actual software yet.
Right.
So you always, as a tester and in quality assurance, you seek for inconsistencies between two different reference points. And that's something that I would say that is really valuable for a project manager to understand that quality emerges by identifying and fixing inconsistencies between two reference points.
That's very good way to put it. Yeah.
So definition of bug, and every tester around the world should be able to explain what the bug is by like explaining it through this like inconsistency versus the consistency kind of like thought. So if you're a tester, please learn to explain it to your peers, clients, and colleagues and bosses, and you know whatever it is. So
yeah, that's a valuable skill. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, learn to explain it.
Right, and then actually from that again. From the project manager's point of view, what should project manager understand about testing is actually not only do you get those bugs or those inconsistencies, but then testing, in addition to that, provides information.
True.
And based on which you can actually make decisions about the future of the project. Where do you want to steer the project? Where do you want to take it? So that's also something that testing can bring to the table.
So I love the metaphor that you often use, like of you know, driving a car with the headlights on, you know, and the headlights, that's what the information is about, what's ahead, what's coming, you know, where are we going, and like what's on the road. So too often project managers view testing as the hindsight. You know,
it's
just
looking at the rear view mirror, basically.
What's the metrics and stuff like that. So it's not about the metrics; it's about estimating and preemptively deciding to avoid the pitfalls and hitting that tree. So seeing far ahead. So project managers use testing as your headlights. That would be an awesome idea for you to take away.
Does the silence imply that we have answered the question?
Yeah, I feel that we have answered the question. It does imply. Yeah. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Hey, thank you for joining us in this episode and also in this season, because this is the last episode of season 1.
Yeah, and the season 2 is about to air in September. While you wait, navigate yourself and all of your friends in software industry to destination proof.guru/insiders. And that way, you get to join the insiders. You get to come to the studio while we record in live sessions. Also, we broadcast live seminars for the insiders in the future. And you get to enjoy the new episodes a minimum of 2 weeks before everybody else does in the world. Navigate yourself and all of your friends in the software to proof.guru/insiders. Have an enjoyable summer and hunt a lot of bugs.
Have a bug-free summer.
Yeah, that's like a bug-free. The insider's pitch. And then we will cut it out and then
have a bug-free summer.
I'll be back.